Hi, this is Michael Orrell from MobileBurn.com, and this is the LG Revolution for Verizon Wireless. It's an Android 2.2 Froyo powered smartphone. It also features 4G LTE connectivity. It's available for $249.99 on a 2-year contract right now. Let's take a look at the Revolution. It's a pretty large device. It's got a 4.3-inch display, 480 by 800 pixels, nice and bright and clear. The device is heavy, weighs about 173 grams, about 13.5 millimeters thick, so very large device, in part due to the LTE technology that's been added to it. LTE is still pretty new in smartphones, so devices are still running a bit large. 5-megapixel camera with the LED flash on the back, and we've got a forward-facing 1.3 megapixel camera for video chatting as well, although this is running Android 2.2 Froyo at the moment, so there's no built-in Google Talk video chatting. Yeah, you can use things like Fring though. Take a look at the other controls and features on the device. 3.5 millimeter headphone jack up top with the power standby button. Volume control right here, metal strip. There's a micro HDMI connector as well, covered, which is fine. Battery pry point microphone there. On the left-hand edge of the device, though, there's also a cover on the micro USB port, and I find that to be kind of annoying because you're going to be charging a device like this a lot, every day minimum. So I find that to be a bit of a pain in the neck. You can see the rear cover. We'll pull this off here, see if we can reveal the 1500 milliamp hour battery, which is good for up to 7 hours of talk time or 14 days of standby time. The device has a 1 gigahertz Snapdragon processor, so hums along pretty well. Go back to the home screen. Got 7 different home screen panels here. Main menu. Comes in a nice pre-organized fashion, which I kind of like. Communication, media, news and search, and tools, and you have the ability to edit and rearrange things as you like. You can also put it into a list view with a nice index tab, which is also pretty handy. I'm going to show you a bit how the main menu works. You can see we have the categories here, and I can tap on a category heading to collapse it. Cool in theory. I find it actually quite difficult and fiddly to use. You can see right here I've got one app that's in downloads, and everything you install generally goes in there automatically. If I toss the system into manage apps mode, you can see that I can just tap on an application and will uninstall it, and theoretically I can move it, but as I said, this is a little difficult to control, so I'm going to try to put it into the, let's say, the tools section here, and let's see if it worked. And no, it did not work. It's still down in speed tests. Really difficult to get this to work at times. I mean, look at this. I'm selecting it, I'm holding it here, you see it's highlighting the area. Definitely looks like I should be able to drop it somewhere, but I got nothing. So I really found it to be very difficult to get to work. You can see things are collapsing and just really annoying. Cool in theory, but either touchscreen calibration issues or just bad software is making it very difficult to actually use. Another thing that I just find to be weird is, part of the whole thing where how everything doesn't react the way it should is the pinch gestures. How slow that is. It just takes way too much time. I mean, it's definitely time to make a couple of pinch gestures in there before things start happening. Just something is definitely wrong with the user interface here. It looks very nice, and some really cool widgets here. I particularly like this one, picture calendar, and you can set that picture to be any image you want. I'll choose an image. Just say this one of a dinner I had. Save it. I'll go back, and you can see that's now the photo used by the calendar, which is pretty cool. There's simple agenda view, weather information, news, and stuff like that. I like that a lot. Also quite fond of this widget for the calendar as well. quickly jump back and forth between agenda and month views, and very pretty widget. So there's some nice UI tweaks here in theory. They're just not executed well, and I'm not sure. I mean, could all come down to a touchscreen calibration issue. I mean, take a look at this full screen widget, which is really cool for managing your media, videos, photos, albums, all that stuff in a vertically scrolling widget. I really, really like that. You can see we've got a good visual look at the albums as well. It's a nice system. It's just not everything seems to work. So here's the music player, and pretty cool looking. See, we've even got a sleep timer, as well as the Dolby Mobile support, which is pretty nice. Controls in the notification area. Let's show you the lock screen while it's playing so you can see it. You can see right here we've got music controls that we can get to from the lock screen. And then of course the lock screen itself shows notifications, and you just swipe up to unlock. And here's the web browser, and right now I'm on a Wi-Fi connection, you can see right there, but this also supports 3G data as well as 4G data. And my 4G tests around the Orlando area, I was able to get anywhere from 7.5 to 9.5 megabits per second down, and usually about 6 up, so really speedy performance. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you also, we've got the swipe keyboard for text input here, and I'm going to swipe in Mobile Burn and add the .com in one more swipe, and just hit return there. Hopefully bring up the website. This is the mobile version of our site. Everything looks pretty good, properly formatted, and little glitches in some of the corners. Landscape support as well. This isn't the maximum brightness on the display. It goes one notch brighter, but it's still very crisp and clear. I like it quite a bit. You can add a bookmark for the current page just by doing that. And I'm going to long tap on here and open the full site into a new window. You'll see the flash support. This isn't going to be as fast in processing flash as some devices that have a dual core processor, but a 1 gigahertz Snapdragon processor is still pretty speedy. There we go, you can see the flash ads running. Little notice there saying we can double tap to zoom in. There's an embedded YouTube video. Let's see if we can watch that.
Hey guys, this is Dan Siefer from MobileBird.com.
Let's see, Dan shot a sample 720p video with the HTC Trophy for Verizon.
Windows Phone 7 model.
So a good experience overall. And as I mentioned, support for multiple windows. You can jump back and forth pretty easily.